Hi. Today I'd like to look at some of these theatre covers. This one is March 25th, 1828. Ticket night, Theatre Sunderland. Sunderland had a theatre from 1760s in what they call Drury Lane, which is very similar to the one in London, so whether they took the name from that, I don't know. The Honeymoon, the part of Volette by a young lad, her first appearance on any stage. A fancy dance by Miss Coppin. There you've got all the actors. Then we got, to conclude for this night only, with new, classic, comic, operatic, dietic, moralistic, astrophonic, locali, terracicroric, panoramic, camera obscura, extravaganza, burletta of fun, frolic, fashion and flash, intended to convey through the medium of stage effect the correct portraiture of life, a variety of incidents, accidents, occurrences and acquaintances liable or likely to introduce themselves upon the notice of a stranger in London, the whole intended to portray, or rather animate, some of the most interesting chapters in Pierce Again's highly popular work, which after the piece is called viz. Tom and Jerry. So, are they the cat and mouse? I don't think so. Or Life in London. Now, a lot of the times, they always, you'll notice when you look at the other ones, they always give them two titles, you know, like so-and-so or the XXX. Again, we got as played with the most unprecedented applause and attraction at the Adelphi Theatre. So that might be the one in London. And then again, you've got all the names of the people. A lot of them seem to take 2 or 3 roles. A fashionable quadrille, a final waltz. Tickets and places in the boxes to be had of Mr. Robson, bookseller. Tickets may also be had at Mr. Smith, the printer. So you've got Robson, the printer. Stage manager, Mr. Fromel. So that one's what you could expect for a night out in 1828. Again, this one is Theatre at Scarborough, 13th of August 1830. Master Herbert, for the benefit of Master Herbert, the infant prodigy, on Friday evening. Will presented the entire comedy of Inkle and Yarico. Again, some of the people are taking 2 or 3 roles. After which Master Herbert's entertainment in 2 acts, beginning a combination of tragedy and comedy, interspersed with songs written expressly for him by Mr. Dibdin Pitt of the Surrey Theatre, London, entitled Peter Protests, or The Miser Outwitted. Again, you've got these 2 names for everything, in which you will sustain in quick succession and in distinct and appropriate dresses 10 different characters. So, yes, here he is. He's going to do all these. He's going to do Richard III, Hotspur, He's going to do Lady Dunsany, a deaf old dowager of 90. And it's all going to be done by him in different costumes. And it's got, who will change again to Peter Prutess and deliver the epilogue to the piece. The part of Mr. Crump by Mr. Lane from the Theatre Royal, Brighton. And then, after which, an entire new facetta performed with unbounded applause at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, entitled The Married Bachelor, or The Master and Man. And you've got the names of the people there. And doors open at 7:15 to commence at past. Half price 9 o'clock. So if you went in late, you could get half price. Tickets and places for the boxes to be had at Mr. Todd's Circulating Library, Cliff. And then Mr. C.R. Todd, Printer, Scarborough. And then the next one we got, this one again, it's at the Theatre Sunderland. The patrons of the drama and public in general are most respectfully informed that the above establishment, having been considerably improved and splendidly decorated, is now open for the season on Tuesday evening, January 18th. Now, I've looked at January the 18th, and it could be 1831, I think it is. That's when you have a Tuesday in January the 18th. Will presented the admirable play of The Mountaineers, or, again, you've got the second name, Love and Mercy. So there you got all the actors. You got, in the course of the evening, a comic song by Mr. Mitchell, a hornpipe by Mr. Lardner. And then you've got the whole to conclude with romantic drama of The Woodman's Hut, or, again, The Burning Forest. Again, you've got the same people as in the top, so they've got two plays to. You've got Mr. Parry there. Then on a Friday evening, will be produced the new, grand, splendid and highly popularised dramatic musical spectacle entitled Brigand Chief, or The Italian Bandit, with new scenery painted for the occasion by Mr. Fuller and Mr. Nichols, new dresses by Mr. Benson, new properties and decorations by Mr. Cummins, the music arranged by Mr. Hill. This simple, elegant drama has gained the greatest degree of popularity from the novel sweetness of the music, the interesting situations of its incident and scenery, given an exact representation of pictures in Eastlake's series. An Italian brigand chief reposing, the dying brigand act. Doors to be opened at 6:30 and the performance to commence precisely at 7 o'clock. Boxes at 3 shillings, pits 2 shillings, galleries 1 shilling. Half price boxes 1 and 6, pits 1 shilling and galleries 6pence. Half price at quarter before 9. R. Smith, Printer. Mr. Gray, Stage Manager. So there you have those. There can't be many of these left, but it gives you an idea of what they were watching. And then here I've got a hand written play, Waterloo, a drama in 3 acts by F. Hazelwood, scholar, Harrowensis Illuminus or something. He that murders for murder himself must must be bleed. What fools have written for the trust, for must alls read, I think it says, dedicated to Miss H. Hazelwood, printed and sold by Hurst Reads Orme and booksellers both in town and country, September the 2nd, 1818. So this is a handwritten little play that somebody had written. And it was written in 1818, not 3 years after the Battle of Waterloo, which is supposed to be what it's there for. So you can see their handwriting, very much a 18th century style. And then we've got the first Act 1, Scene 1. French camp near Brussels. Enter Napoleon, Soult, officers and soldiers. Napoleon, the English in Brussels are now dancing. We'll soon with our guns settle them a-prancing. Ever in my life those such vile dogs, they're fit for nothing but to cat. Or is that mere hogs? J. Soult, know you the number of their forces? So it goes on like that, and there's a few pages of it. But again, you can see it's all handwritten, quite a nice hand. They did actually write very well. My handwriting is appalling nowadays, but they did actually spend a lot of time on that. But okay, so I'll leave that today, and hopefully you enjoyed these look at some of the activities that were going on in the early 19th century. Thank you.